Fairy Tale Farm Animal Sanctuary in Winston-Salem may have to shut down because of a city zoning issue. That farm is on Wayside Drive off of Kernersville Road. According to the city of Winston-Salem, this nonprofit is operating as a commercial business in a non-commercial zone. WXI 12's Maria DeBone spoke with folks from the sanctuary and the city about what this means and how everyone moves forward from here.
Goats, sheep, turkeys, ducks, donkeys, rabbits, and more all live at the Fairy Tale Farm Animal Sanctuary in Winston-Salem. 70 animals in total that the nonprofit has rescued since 2021 and now houses.
A lot of the animals have some sort of difference that they were born with, or injury or something that happened along the way that made them not able to get around as well as a typical animal.
Director of Fairy Tale Farm Animal Sanctuary, Kimberly Dunkel, said a lot of their funding has come from on-site events they've held for the community.
It started out being about the animals and helping provide a place for animals that didn't have anywhere else to go, but it really evolved from there to be more about the community.
But it's those community events held here that are not allowed. Chris Murphy, the Director of Planning and Development Services for the city, says that it's not the animal sanctuary part that's the issue. It's that they're holding profitable events in a residential area.
They can operate the 501c3 business from their home with a home occupation permit. They can have the animals there so long as the animals comply with the city code. But as far as doing fundraising and those kind of things, their events would need to be held off-site.
We genuinely thought, we're a registered farm, we genuinely thought we did follow the proper steps. We understand now that there was a step that was missing in what we did as far as our zoning, and we respect that. But there are ways that it could be changed, or we could get a special use permit.
Murphy said the city would have to change the ordinance or zoning, which isn't an option. And the city hasn't issued a notice of violation since the sanctuary is working with them.
It has nothing to do with the animals, and it just happens to be animals in this case. We want to see the animal sanctuary continue and the animals be taken care of. We just want to make sure it's in compliance with the ordinance.
He said the sanctuary does have options like moving to another location, which Dunkel says would be difficult financially, and personally, they don't want to move.
Without the human element of things, it really isn't the same for us anyway as a sanctuary to be able to have the community involved and all that kind of stuff. We don't really want to go live out in the middle of nowhere in our own little world.
And Dunkel said they're hoping to still negotiate with the city to work something out, but knows realistically that might not be possible. So they're raising funds to move to a new location, and information on that can be found on WXII12.com. In Winston-Salem, Maria DeBone, WXII 12 News.